Oh, I haven't seen proper rain for ages. This is awesome. What did you just do?
I split my nose.
You spit your nose. But yeah, I haven't seen proper rain for a while. It looks really nice. Hey, Jamie. Oh, it's really cool. She just walked around the corner. Look at that. It's pretty. It sounds beautiful. Oh, Ellie, the petrichor smell. It's going to be amazing outside. I'm feeling really tired right now. I haven't really done much today. I've spent a bit of time cleaning up my room a bit because it's been, to be honest, an absolute state. It's still raining and kind of stormy outside. What am I saying? There's been a storm in the UK like last night, and it's kind of Bangor's a bit too far to the west to be really impacted, but you can hear it in the distance, which is a shame because I love lightning and I love storms. But yeah, it's still pissing it down like constantly, which makes it feel really cozy inside. But also, it's just a bit sad, you know, because it's been really hot weather all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna go and sort myself out some food. I'm thinking of doing a big vegetable scrambled egg like I normally do, just because I have so many eggs to eat up. Like, I have 12 eggs to eat up in 4 days. So I've created a weird scrambled egg, which contains spinach, carrot, onion, garlic, pepper, cheese, pepper, like black pepper, and a little bit of soy. And it's made this really flavoursome, kind of spicy. There's a little bit of peri-peri dressing in there too. Just a spicy, eggy mix. I've realised I haven't really got that much time to be eating up all the food I just bought, so I'm going to have to be eating a lot of, like, vegetables and potatoes and stuff over the next couple of days, which I'll enjoy. But it means having really big portions. Anyway, I'm going to flop and watch a couple of videos before I can find something interesting on the news to talk about, because apart from that, I don't have anything interesting to do today. Right, I found a story that I think would be quite an interesting topic to discuss. On the news recently, in the last couple of days, there was a story about Mutiny Festival in Portsmouth. So, naturally, this is a thing that's kind of close to home because I live just, in Gosport, just across the water from Portsmouth. And basically, what happened at the festival was that, as is the case with a lot of festivals, there tend to be quite a few drug users and drugs that are smuggled into these festivals. And I think that in this case there was a specific bad batch of whatever drug. I don't know too much about it. I don't think we're meant to know about it either. And as a result, 2 people have died. I think it was a girl aged 18 and a guy aged 20. There were also a number of people who were hospitalised as well. I can't remember how many people were hospitalised. But 15 people, I think, which is just awful. And obviously this just comes back to how shit it is that because it's weird because I know people who take drugs, and I think that there's probably not many people in the entire UK specifically that don't know anyone that take drugs, and it's kind of a hard situation to be in when they're your friend, and you don't know whether to report it or not, and so there isn't really an easy social way of fixing the drug problem. There are some drugs which in recent times it's kind of been debated whether they are safe or unsafe. Legalizing marijuana in America has had a lot of benefits to the economy, and it's meant that overall the drug has actually become safer. But just the fact that people can be affected by this so easily is just going to a music event just to have fun, and people lose their lives. I think it's horrible, and I'm pretty sure that there's a couple of people in custody from this, 3 people, I think. 3 people from the area, and they're all my age. They're all 20, 22, which is ridiculous. Why? What's the point? Especially because with bad batches of drugs, half the time it's due to people cutting corners, trying to make more money out of the small amount that they've got. I know this from doing drug classes back in school and college, But powder drugs especially, um, like the amount of horrible bad stuff you get in them is ridiculous. Like to keep cocaine, if it's like a bad low grade cocaine, and like white powders and stuff, they put things like baking soda, and they also put like cleaning powders in, which is ridiculous. Like you don't want to be taking any of that into your system. So it's just awful. Half the time with bad batches of drugs, it is purposeful almost that they're bad, and with the thought of getting some quick money out of it, people who sell drugs tend to be people who use drugs as well. So like in their frame of mind, it's sensible to risk people's lives technically in order to get more money from what they've got, and that's just a horrible, reckless thing to be doing. And to be honest, I think that the punishment for like certain drugs, like I think that the punishment, I don't know how legislation works, but the punishment for distributing drugs should be affected by how potentially harmful that drug is. So like I think there might be, I need to read up on this. If you let me know in the comments how it actually works, maybe like I'm guessing there's like a set penalty for dealing cocaine, but if you were to deal cocaine that was like altered with toxic chemicals, for example, I feel like the sentence should automatically be adjusted to a longer sentence, because that's just ridiculous. In case you can't realise, I absolutely detest drugs. Like, I mean, paracetamol, ibuprofen, and not Calpol. There's been some articles about Calpol recently about saying how it's like an addictive thing for kids. Yeah, that's as far as I go with drugs. And alcohol. I like alcohol. I make an exception for, because I know how to keep it moderated, and I'm not addicted to it. But I hate drugs so much, and I've seen bad effects of them, like up here and at home, and it's just a terrible thing to see. And now that this story's happened, like how close to home these deaths are, it's just really upsetting. Like as I was saying, this happened at Mutiny Festival in Caution, like in Portsmouth. So as a result of what happened, I think they cancelled the festival, which was a tough decision. It was kind of tough decision. It said the decision is not taken lightly, but and like it's been supported by local statutory authority. But in my opinion, like it shouldn't even need to go that far in order to make the decision. I feel like as soon as organisers knew it, it should have been immediately shut down, because like potentially if they're liaising with statutory authorities before they close the festival, then there's a risk for more people to be affected by these drugs. So I'm not really sure how I feel on this subject, but what I do feel is that there needs to be like a real step up on drug taking at festivals. Now I've seen a lot of people online, people who are arguing that they should be reimbursed for their tickets for the festival because of the lack of security. And obviously I can agree with the fact that the security needs to be improved. Like some people were saying how they weren't even patted down, let alone having bags searched, which is ridiculous at an event where it is known that there will be a lot of drug use. So, like in that instance, I can side with the people who think they should be reimbursed, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel overall with people wanting their money back, because I don't want to push the blame on ordinary people who have nothing to do with it, but the people who have been affected, like, should instead maybe push their agenda to both sides of the story. Like they can argue against the organisers and security detail, but they also need to just take it out on the drug distributors, who have single-handedly taken down this event, and single-handedly killed 2 people and hospitalised over 10 more. I think that's where we should be angry right now. Like the security on one festival is one thing. The biggest problem is the fact that they were able to the drugs were available even before they got in. The fact that these people had the drugs ready to distribute before they even entered the venue. That's the main problem. So, and like cutting down on what's like how these drugs get like muddled up and basically become even worse than they already are. And I tend to think this with every single news story that covers like an important subject such as drugs and racism and prejudice and things like this. But I always feel that any time a story like this comes up, that we have a duty to really act on it. However, a lot of the time it just seems to get swept under, and people are like, well, people die from drugs all the time. But these are young people. These are like 18 and 20 years old. These are really young people, and it's not right. And I really think that the authorities and everyone can people just please realise how shit drugs are. I don't care if you're fine when taking them, but people will be affected. Like, for fuck's sake, it is stupid. It's stupid. We need to, like... I'm getting really angry because I can't explain my own mentality, because no one, well, not many people actually agree with me in that. Why can't we just find other things to make yourself happy rather than fucking chemicals? It just pisses me off. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm actually getting quite angry. If you guys have any thoughts on this subject, then make sure you let me know in the comments. I'd like to know your opinions, because as you can tell, mine's a bit like biased to one side, but yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
Do you see what I see? Well, I can see the moon. Hello, moon. Oh, you're fucking my camera up. Ugh, holy crap.
I've constructed myself a gigantic tower of potato, like, holy crap, that is huge, with some cheese and beans, and that is my supper. Quite nice, having quite a lazy day today, just like taking time, cleaning up my room and then just relaxing, feeling a lot better, but I'm also feeling really tired for some reason. I haven't done anything really, and I thought I'd be up late considering how late I went to bed yesterday and how late I got up. But no, apparently my body's stupid.
So, guys, I think I'm going to turn it in for the night. I'm just a bit shattered, and I need to be up kind of early tomorrow to say goodbye to some of my housemates that are leaving. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this whole drug problem and the Mutiny Festival, like specifically. Yeah, just let me know what you're thinking, because obviously I have quite a strong opinion on it, but I find it interesting to hear what other people say and how it differs from my own opinion. So let me know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next daily video. So until then, stay safe. Bye.